But like, I'm ready for that first taste of like, oh, this is actually, you know, what can happen on a bigger scale.
Welcome in to episode 90 of Yellow Color Glasses, and we are bringing back on my brother today, Hunter Mounce, and we're going to kind of catch up on how things are going. He's came into town to see one of his friends' newborn babies.
Yes.
So Hunter's in town for the weekend. We thought, you know what, let's jump on the podcast and catch up. So
Yep.
I'm going to start with a review really quick. This review says, I have enjoyed the benefit of Hunter Mounce for the past 3 years. Since bundling all my insurance, we've saved lots of money. The team is so easy to work with. They provide prompt service. I am an over-the-road owner-operator, so he's a truck driver. So having good customer service is important to me. Thank you so much for your great customer service, from Mike S. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. It's good old Mike Shore. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Glad you're happy, Mike.
Yeah. So, Hunter, thing I really want to get into. All right. How excited are you to go fishing tomorrow?
I'm very excited.
How long has it been since you fished?
Well, I've been fishing in Tennessee quite a bit. So I've been doing that lately, but I haven't fished in that pond in a really long time, which is basically the pond that I fished in every day growing up, you know. So really excited to get back to that lake. I'm excited to see, you know, what's the same and what's different about it. Hopefully we can get into some good ones.
Yeah, we aren't disclosing which pond that actually is.
No.
So, okay.
Cool.
So, no, man, my first thing, really, when I say catch up on things, you know, if you guys don't know, so Hunter is singer-songwriter that moved to Nashville 7 years ago? 8 years ago?
It'll be 8 years in July.
Yeah. So, been down there a while, and I just kind of wanted you to give an update on what's going on with your music career. Anything new going on? Just kind of where you at and what's going on with that?
Well, the most honest answer is that I have no idea what I'm doing. So I have been down there for 7 years, and the more that I try to act like I have it all figured out, the more frustrating it becomes, and the more that I just let things happen and try to enjoy being down there and taking advantage of all the opportunities. The more I do that, the more I enjoy it, and that is the headspace that I'm in right now. So, the last thing that I really put out, I guess, was my second studio album. It would have been a year ago. And then this past September, Kyle Austin and I put out the song Collard Greens. And I haven't put any music out since September, but I do have a lot of stuff new that I've written with my friends, and I'm just trying to figure out when I'm going to go record all that new material. At this point, that's kind of, you know, the only thing left to do.
So one of the answer that you just gave on kind of enjoying everything and kind of taking things as they come now kind of leads me into the other questions 2 and 3 that I've got. And I always think about this, especially when we talk. And, you know, over the years we've had lots of conversations about, you know, how you're doing with your career, how you're doing with your marketing and your ideas and songs and the writing and all that. What do you think, if you had to pick something, what would be things that you know, maybe a couple things that you know now that you wish you would have known when you first moved to Nashville? Is there anything that just jumps to the top of your head?
Pretty much nobody's gonna do anything. Nobody's going to do the work for you. Like, yes, there's to a certain extent, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. But like, you have to put in a lot of work and effort to get in a position to where somebody of you know, a higher level is gonna help you out. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that's going to be handed to you in Nashville, and Nashville doesn't owe you anything. So the quicker you can stop feeling sorry for yourself and get in the right headspace, the quicker you can enjoy being there. And that's to me, that's how I get the most out of it, is if I make sure that I'm enjoying playing music. Because whenever I get frustrated down there, it's it can almost be more counterproductive than productive. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really make sure to stay away from the comparing yourself to other people, and be careful how much you're looking at social media and getting wrapped up in all that kind of stuff. So things that I know now, it's going to be way more work than you ever realized.
Do you think it's like that though, partially because just everybody's competing? Like every single person that you go see at a songwriters round, at Live Oak, they're all, they all may be friends and stuff, but ultimately they're all competing for the same thing that you are. And so, that probably has to make it challenging for sure. It's
a super saturated market, but that doesn't change the fact that if it's something you want to do, that you should be doing it.
Sure.
You shouldn't be bashful or get scared away by the fact that there's competition. Like I said, I think it's just important to enjoy it. There are so many benefits to living in town that's something else that I'm starting to really realize is, when I first moved to town, I didn't realize how much of a benefit and how much of a blessing it really is to live in or around Nashville. Like any day of the week, you've got access to world-class players. You can go out and play shows in Nashville. Any day you have access to world-class songwriters. You can make a schedule and you can write with those kind of people. It is, I feel like the time is what you make of it while you're there. There's all the resources in the world. So
home and
use what you have at your disposal for sure.
Okay. No, I think the other piece of that too is, what do you think when you're talking about living in town? Like, how long did it take you to realize, how do you take advantage of it, right? How long did it take you to figure out, okay, I need to be capitalizing on this, and this? What was that like for you?
I feel like it's just...
Is it still a process? Is it still happening like that? Okay.
I feel like every day I'm getting more and more enlightened, and, a couple years ago I probably felt that way, and now I feel like I know, much more now even. But yeah, I mean, dude, living in town is great, but I think the hardest part for me is just managing all the time. I've got a lot of stuff going on, and I also always feel like I'm not ever doing enough. So just figuring out how to prioritize my time, and that's my most valuable resource. That's what I'm working on right now.
Have you hired anybody to be like your social media manager or anything?
I mean, kind of. I got so bogged down looking at social media all the time. I was like one of these people who would get the reports, and it's like, you spent an average of 6 hours and 42 minutes on your phone a day last week. And I started kind of doing the math, and I was like, I'm getting pretty bogged down by social media right now. So rather than go on social media and make this big long video about how I'm like taking a break from social media like everybody always does, I chose not to say anything, and I'm just having Brooke run my social media right now. Like, she'll check my messages for me and stuff, and not having to be on my phone all the time. I never dreamed how much better that would make me feel.
For sure.
Dude, I get overloaded. I didn't realize this until recently, but I get pretty overloaded with information, and I just get super stressed about it. I'm not great at dealing with it, to be honest with you.
Information overload, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So one of the questions that I have for you is, how do you approach pivoting in the music industry? And the reason that I phrased it like that is we talk all the time about even with owning a business or your career or just whatever you're doing. When things come up and they're not going how you want them to go, you have to pivot, right? You have to change directions, and you have to be okay with adapting. So is there any examples that you can give us on when you've had to do that with your music? Whether it's the way you're writing songs, whether it's the kind of shows that you're playing, whether it's where you're going to play shows, like touring and stuff like that. Has there been anything that you've been like, okay, I really had to make this pivot to figure out if this was working or that was working?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like that's a pretty simple question, but it's also got a complex answer, because I feel like I feel like the music industry, at least for me, is always I'm constantly pivoting. Like, you're always having to get better at something. So like, I'll give you an example. Like, I struggle with finding time to practice on guitar, and it's not because I don't have the time. It's because I don't make the time to do the simple stuff, you know. And so something that I pivoted to recently that has really helped me want to practice and learn new things on the guitar, I started learning some like bluegrass, like basics, and that's something that I kind of just tried, and you know, it's got me excited to learn new stuff. So like, I kind of, I guess, pivoted that way, you know. Trying to get better at singing, like getting into vocal lessons and stuff like that. That's kind of a pivot as well, because you think you know all this stuff about singing, and then you realize that it's an instrument just like guitar or drums or anything else, and then you start thinking about all the intricacies, the ins and outs of the human vocal range, and then you have to figure out how to not think about any of that at the same time, and then just show emotion whenever you sing.
Kind of sounds like playing golf.
You're juggling a bunch of, yeah, exactly. But you know how, like, okay, let's say you're working on your short game in golf. That's like your weakness or whatever, right? Whenever you're practicing all these different little steps, you're thinking so hard and intense about it. But when you go to actually play golf, you can't think about everything. You have to just do it. You know what I mean?
When you think about everything, you absolutely play like horrible.
And that's how it is with music too. And you can get in your own head about it. Like, you can get the yips and stuff, dude.
The yips. Oh man. So why do you continue to pursue music? What is your reason why you continue to do it?
I mean, I ask myself that all the time.
I knew that was going to be kind of a hard question too. But we've talked, like, I think the coolest part about our relationship is we've talked so much over the years, and like, we've had some really, really good conversations, whether it's when you're excited, whether it's when you're down, whether it's new stuff, old stuff.
Yeah.
So like, and the reason that I ask this is because there's a lot of people who, maybe it's not music, but maybe it's something else that they've been doing for a while, and they're kind of at the point where they're like, okay, am I going to continue to go with it? Do I need to do something different? And so whether it's now or whether it's even 2 years ago, like, what is your reason why you continue to do something that you absolutely love to do?
I mean, I still feel fulfilled by it. A lot of it, like I said, is about having the right mindset. But like, I've been having a ton of fun playing songwriter rounds in Nashville. I've been having fun learning new stuff on guitar. I still love the feeling of writing a new song, like creating something that didn't even exist before you walked into the room, and then you walk out and you've got like a new product, you know. That's still really cool. Going to the studio and recording music is still, it doesn't ever get old. And just always trying to figure out ways to figure out who I am as an artist, because I'm still trying to figure that out, a lot of it, you know. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I sound like. I'm still trying to figure out exactly who I want to be on stage, you know. Like, lately, my stage presence has been more like lightheartedness and goofiness, because like, I'm coming off of like a, you know, season in my life where I was so stressed playing music for so long that it feels good to just get up on a stage and just kind of like
have fun,
horse around and have fun, you know. Like, I didn't do that for the longest time, so like, that's kind of the stage that I'm in right now. But like, also, that's who I am as a person. Like, if you ever talk to me, I'm constantly, we're joking and giving each other a hard time, and like, we're making lighthearted gestures, you know, even whenever things are serious. And so like, dude, it's literally, we're just musicians. I'm starting to figure out with myself, like, I think the toughest part about being a musician is you don't really know who you are, and like, you're, over the years that you do it, you're slowly unraveling, you know, who it is that you might be, I guess,
or growing into what you're constantly changing and evolving.
Yeah.
I think, man, what you just said about not stressing out about it and not taking it so serious, that is really, really hard to do. But then when you step back and you think about all the things that we take way, way, way too serious, when you can step back and just actually have fun and enjoy, because that's the whole freaking reason you do it anyway, right? Like, you're not doing it to stress out about it. You're doing it because you love to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's so much easier said than done. Like you can't.
Well,
I don't know how you get to that space. It's the same way with me with certain things too.
Yeah.
So,
and one part of your life you may have that mastered. Like, I have really bad brain fog today, by the way, because we drove all night. We drove from Nashville last night, starting at 6 p.m. We got to Pleasant Hill at like 3:30 a.m. So I'm a little bit foggy today. But repeat the question. What were we talking about one more time?
no, I'm just saying like it's one of the hardest things to actually be able to do. Like,
Yeah.
can say, like for me, okay, I love basketball, right? I stress out so much when we're in games, like over things that winning and losing and stuff like that. And like the girls this year really just did such a good job of helping me and teaching me, like, don't take it so damn serious. Like, this is high school basketball. This is not.
Your players said that to you?
No, but they just
Okay.
the way that no, they don't say that to me, but the way that they respond and the way that they carry themselves and the way that they're not nervous or stressed about certain things, like then it rubs off on
Yeah.
you know. So I think it's very easy to take things way too serious and think that it matters way more than it does.
Yeah.
And that happens when you love things, when you're passionate about things too. So yeah, it's hard.
I think the most frustrating part about it is you can recognize, like I can recognize, like I'm way too stressed right now. I'm way too worked up, and I want to pull out of that. And like sometimes you just can't, dude.
Yeah.
I'm talking about for years, and I hope it doesn't start happening again. But I think I'm through it. But for years, like I was so anxious, like just playing regular, normal bar shows. And I would recognize it and know and be like, dude, you're way too worked up right now. Like this isn't good. This isn't productive or whatever. And but I still couldn't do anything about it. It was just like, it takes a long time to like figure out how to control that.
What are you thinking? Like, what are the thoughts that are going through your head that are making you anxious?
Just that everybody's gonna judge me, and he's not playing guitar as good as he could be, or he's not singing as good as he could be, or like I don't know.
Yeah, just like almost just like insecurities, like
Yeah.
being self-conscious.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's weird how, like, if you live with the problem long enough and you keep fighting through it, you do at some point come out the other side and like do figure out how to. I feel like I'm just kind of starting to figure out how to like control all that.
Yeah.
Control,
Yeah.
because you can't really control anything. I don't feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, manage it. That's a better word. Yeah, it does get easier to manage. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So what are some goals that you have over the next few years? Could be music, could be life. What are some things that you're got planned or that you really want to get to and accomplish?
My first goal is to get married on June 8th. So
Hey, that's coming up quick.
yeah, it's coming up very quick. Getting married in the Smoky Mountains.
That'll be fun.
Yep. Pumped about that. I think we're allowed to have 20 people and what, 2 to 3 squirrels are allowed to be in the park, I think.
Okay. 2 to 3 squirrels. Oh man.
So that's the first goal. We were already fortunate enough to buy a house back in December. So
Congratulations on that. It's awesome.
a lot of really fun adult stuff has happened in the last year, and I say that genuinely. Like getting engaged is awesome. Having a house is awesome. Very poor the first couple years, like everybody says. Like there's always something to pay for, so that kind of sucks, but that's part of it. Let's see, some more goals, some more things though that I want to get done. I mean, I want to have kids for sure. Hopefully that'll be coming sooner than later. Did not mean that in a bad way. Let's see here.
Technically you can't have kids.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah,
I know. So that's a goal, is to have a couple of those, and then
a couple of those. It did that. Just a couple of those. Couple of them things.
yeah. Another goal. I really want one of the songs that I write to just hit and have a little bit more impact than the. There's not like a certain number, or it's not like 1 million streams or anything like that, and it could even be somebody else recording a song that I wrote. But like I'm ready for that first taste of like, oh, this is actually what can happen on a bigger scale, like whatever that is. I'm really hoping that one of these songs that we've been writing a lot of good stuff, like me and Kyle Austin and Nick Villio. We've been writing with this girl Kayla Ray, who's just awesome. So like there's just so many things that are coming together right now, like even in our group as a whole. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff happening to Kyle and Nick right now. They just wrote a song that's about to be super viral. And that'll be happening in the next couple weeks, probably, won't it?
Have you heard this one, Brooke? You heard it? So what? How does that happen though? Right? Like I want to pick up on the last point that you made. You know, just one song to one of the songs that you're writing to, whether it's somebody else record it, whether it goes viral. I mean, is it really one of those things that it has to be the right place, the right time, or with the right person at the right time? Is it like, how does it really happen? Because everybody talks about that with Nashville, right? When you go to Nashville, there are so many talented people, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many talented people. You go to a songwriters night, everybody up on that stage is good. And so what is separating them? I know you talked about all the work you put in earlier. What does it take? From
everybody that I've talked to, because at this point I am friends with a lot of people who have had some success, and almost all of them will tell you that it's just being at the right place at the right time. Now, obviously, people that have a big presence on social media and are constantly posting, that's work ethic. Like they have figured out how to be super productive, putting out a product multiple times a week, and you know, the ones that are good at it, they're putting out really, really good content. So that's definitely a part of the formula is just how many videos and the quality of videos and stuff that you're putting out. But like overall grand scheme of things, like just getting to the next level is, you're talking to the right person at the right time, or you're playing the song whenever this person was in the room. And you just gotta be living in town, and you gotta be the more you're putting yourself out there, the more that these opportunities, that it's a possibility that one of those things is going to happen. You know, it is a numbers game. And also a lot of the people that I've talked to, the longer you're there, the better chance that something like that's going to happen. Like things just keep building and building and building as long as you're there. You know what I mean? Like I'm still meeting new people every day. I'm still writing with new people, and like this is just something that takes a long time for some people, and clearly I'm one of those people. It's taken a while.
Then you think about a couple to come to mind right away, or Granger Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Granger Smith was doing that a long time. I mean, now I know he got to be pretty big in Texas and stuff, right, before he was mainstream, before like all of us really were listening to him. But then, and I know this is like different kind of genre of country, but like Walker Hayes was in Nashville for, I don't know, he's 40 years old, right? And he just hit it 3 years ago.
Yeah, he's been in town for like 20 or 25 years.
Yeah, and so it's kind of just about how long you want to go for it, right? How much you want to continue to put into it. And so I think it's awesome. You've always known, I mean, I tell you all the time how proud I am of you for continuing to do, what you love to do, and continue to persevere and put everything into it. So,
well, this story and this conversation will be a lot more interesting whenever we do at some point get that success on the other side, to be able to kind of reflect on the whole, because I haven't really broke through yet, so we're still kind of waiting on that, but man, I really do love Nashville. And if there's anybody that's watching right now that wants to do music with their life, that's a really good place to be. Nashville is. It really, really is.
So you would recommend anybody just go for it if they want to do it, go for it. No regrets.
I mean, and there are ways to stay in your hometown, but like also be involved in Nashville too. I think somebody that does a really good job of that is Jimmy Harris. He lives here in town, plays at all the local bars. He's got a really great presence around Kansas City. He's getting to be really well known at this point, but also like every couple months he'll go down to Nashville and record some songs, write with some folks, and do stuff like that. So you don't have to move to Nashville right away like I did, but I do think that like eventually, yeah, you probably should live in town. Like that's going to get you the most opportunity because, like I said, you can
numbers game.
You can drive 10 minutes away and write with somebody that is a world-class talent. That's where everybody in the entire world. There's people from other countries too that are in Nashville doing music on work visa. I know I'm friends with a couple people that like aren't even citizens, but they have work visas to come to Nashville to be musicians. Like,
holy cow!
Yeah, dude, it's everybody in the world is there to do it.
You weren't down there whenever that guy threw that chair off the bar top, were you?
I wasn't down there that night, but gosh, damn, I'm so glad that didn't hit anybody and nobody got hurt. It's kind of like the Rashee Rice situation, like. No harm, no foul. It's all fun and games. But like, if it would have actually hit somebody, or like he would have actually crashed into somebody,
there was a guy in Nashville that got mad and threw a chair off the top of a rooftop bar. His name was Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I think you should play us something, dude.
Okay.
Last time you were on here, we didn't. We forgot to have you play anything. So.
I know.
So what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was going to ask, is there a certain kind of song you're wanting to hear, or?
I think, man, anything that's going good.
Okay. All right, I'll play the last song that I put out with my buddy Kyle Austin. This is a song we wrote with Nick DeLeo. It's just about the women that they love us. They love us at the beginning, but they eventually try to change us. It's called Collard Greens. She was raised by collared shirts. I was raised on collard greens. Looking back, it's a fact that's a match made in hell. Nothing ever was good enough. I always wanted expensive stuff. Us rednecks know what's next all too well. She didn't like the truck I drive. Tried to make me change my life. The clothes I wear, my shoes, my hair, the works. One night lying in bed, I realized I was over my head and I was back slipping out the back before anyone heard. You're the one I was looking for, sure wasn't her. I need a honky-tonk down to the bone, sipping something strong all night long. No matter when she walks in, she's right on time. A whole lot of hot, a little bit of sweet, knows just what the soul boy needs. I'm trying to find a way to make her mine. Find me a woman just like that, one tick short of a heart attack. A whole lot of trouble in a cowboy hat. Find me a woman just like that. Ever since I was good and gone, spent a couple of nights alone. I was itching for a fix and it became clear as day. Instead of trying to settle down, how about a girl in a painted town? Hide a little mess in a dress, what's left to say? If you see a girl like that, send her my way. I need a honky-tonk down to the bone, sipping something strong all night long. No matter when she walks in, she's right on time. A whole lot of hot, a little bit of sweet, knows just what the soul boy needs. I'm trying to find a way to make her mine. Find me a woman just like that, one tick short of a heart attack. A whole lot of trouble in a cowboy hat. Find me a woman just like that. I need a honky-tonk down to the bone, sipping something strong all night long. Whole lot of hot, a little bit of sweet, and knows just what this old boy needs. A honky tonk down to the bone, sipping something strong all night long. No matter when she walks in, she's right on time. A whole lot of hot, a little bit of sweet, knows just what this old boy needs. I'm trying to find a way to make her mine. Find me a woman just like that, one tick short of a heart attack. A whole lot of trouble in a cowboy hat. Find me a woman just like that.
Let's go.
Whew, I got out of breath on that one. Let's see here. You feel like you could hear me all right?
Dude, that was great.
Okay.
Except I don't know. Can you hear me talking on this mic now?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's probably hard to sing without warming up at all, isn't it?
A little bit. Oh, yeah. But it's all good.
Well, dude, thanks for jumping on here.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything coming up at all? I mean, are you doing any shows?
We are heading to Key West. Let's see, April 30th, which is a Tuesday.
Are Dave and Rhonda headed to that?
Well, they were going to. They're not going anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There's going to be a big group that was going to go down there, but it just kind of, for certain reasons, that didn't this time.
What is this, your fourth year straight going down to Key West?
Yeah, this will be year 3.
Dude, what's it like down there during that? Is it pretty?
It's really, really awesome.
It's super fun.
Key West, just in general, is really awesome. Everybody's walking everywhere or riding their bikes. It's got an island feel to it, almost like when we were at Hawaii, you know.
Yeah.
It's just because you're literally just floating out there in the middle of the ocean. I mean, there's to drive in, there's a bridge that's like 20, 30 miles where it's just literally 2 lanes and you're just driving in the middle of the ocean, just heading straight south.
That sounds kind of scary.
Yeah, and then you got a little town the size of Pleasant Hill right on the end. That's like Key West. It's just everything's just like a strip, like bars, and it's really cool, dude. It's really, really cool.
Need to get down there. Do they have an airport in Key West or not?
Yeah. Looks like a middle school, but
looks like a middle school.
It does, but yeah, I mean, tons of people fly into it.
Well, you want to do another one?
Yeah, I want to do one more. This will be one of the weirdest songs you hear, probably. But let's see. Wrote this with Nick DeLeo and Kyle Austin about people who marry for money. It's pretty much is what the gist of the song is. It's called "The Will." Well, I work down at the local grocery store. I pay the rent, pay the lights, and then there ain't much more. If I keep on living like this, I'm gonna die poor. There was a ray of sunshine checking out just last week. Had to be pushing 85, had a set of fake teeth. Walked her to her car to put the groceries in. She kissed me on the cheek, flipped me a Benjamin. Then the wheels started turning, I was wondering how I'd get me a piece. But if there's a will, if there's a way, there's a chance at a brighter day. You need a man, yes ma'am. Why work hard when I can hold her hand? The day could come tomorrow or down the line. It's a short-term investment, great ROI. Everything would change if I could get her to add my name. And if there's a will, there's a way. And I think you can actually get your will edited at Warren Mounce Agency, right? Woo-hoo. Isn't that right? Maybe a little bit.
Well, you know people.
Man, I gotta admit that things are real starting to change. Good things take time, man, they only get better with age. And who knew a sponge bath would get us feeling this way? Every time she falls, I fall just a little bit more. And she thinks it's sexy when this strong boy brings her in through the door. It's days like these that I forgot what I came here for. That's for sure. But if there's a will, there's a way. She walked me into the golden days. You need a man? Yes, ma'am. It ain't hard work when I'm holding her hand. The day could come tomorrow or down the line. It's a short-term investment grade ROI. Everything would change if I could get her to take my name. And if there's a will, there's a way. I've gotta cook all the dinners, but I don't mind. I gotta put hers in the blender, but I don't mind. She falls asleep watching TV, but I don't mind. Needs her glasses just to see me every time. A love like ours don't ever come around. Age is just a number like my net worth now. But if there's a will, there's a way. Oh Lord, I hate to see this day. A preacher man, folded hands, saying it was all part of the plan. I'm driving home from the service in her foreign car. She left me with her money, but she stole my heart. I'll see her again if I can sneak past Judgment Day. And if there's a will, there's a way. Alright. It's probably one of the weirdest songs you'll hear this year, but that's alright.
That song's hilarious, though. I'll put it in the blender. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, dude, no, thanks for coming on here. It was fun. That was fun. That was a fun little chat, fun little catch up.
Yeah, man.
So that was episode 90 of Yellow Colored Glasses, and our guest was Hunter Mounce. What's your Instagram?
Everything on social media is at Hunter T Mounce.
At Hunter T Mounce.
Yeah.
Facebook, social,
Yep.
TikTok. You on TikTok?
Yep. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Okay. All right.
Is that it? Social media manager over there.
All right.
Yep.
Well, hey,
That's
everybody,
it.
thank you so much for checking this out. Hunter, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Proud of you guys for pumping these episodes out, man. You guys got an awesome channel.
Good stuff. Good
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
All right. See you, everybody.
See you guys.